Hello, welcome to another segment of Yay or Nay. This one we're going to talk about those little plug-and-play consoles put out there by companies. Now, part of the reason I wanted to do this is because I know Sega is coming out with a more, well, efficient one, all the years with AtGames. I'm not going to go into details on that, but I have personally played the AtGames systems, and yeah. So Sega's making their own official Genesis Mega Drive Mini, which I'm really excited about because, well, for one thing, because I have the SNES Mini, I never got the NES or the PlayStation one, but, that was such a great rivalry, Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis. That's part of the reason I want to get that one. And there's a lot of great games on there, there's Contra Hardcore, for example, which I always wanted to play that ever since I was a kid, and that's another great thing about this, is they're getting the same type of third-party support that Nintendo had with theirs. And, the thing that's... one of the things I love about these little systems is that, even though I don't go out and buy all of them, because, for one thing, when it comes to retro gaming, I like to have multiple options. Like, I have an actual Super Nintendo. Cats are fighting over here. Or play fighting. But anyway, I have an actual Super Nintendo, I have this, and I use emulators, so... But, what's great about this is that, for example, let's say I was going to a friend's house or family get-together or something, and it's like, oh, I wonder if anybody's in the mood to play Super Nintendo. Well, it's like, I could take this, or I could take the actual Super Nintendo, which is like twice the size, maybe 3 times the size, and then like all the games and stuff, which, it's a lot more to carry. And what's funny is, these systems are great for like, for example, let's say you have kids who are like 4 or 5 years old and you want to get them into gaming, but you don't want to dump like $300 into a console, then plus like money for all the games and stuff. And that's a good way to start them off, for like $60 or $80 or whatever. And it's which brings me to the next thing is, funny how whenever you see these little retro consoles, especially when you see one that's coming out from like Sega or Nintendo or whatever, PlayStation, which, they kind of dropped the ball with that one, it's like you always see the argument that it's like, oh, Raspberry Pi, emulators, it's like, we get it, those exist, but, emulators, some people, technically these are emulators, and it's like, the thing is, I'm a collector, so that's part of the reason, other than the fact that, like I said, I like having multiple options for retro gaming, these are targeted more towards collectors, obviously, and casuals. See, that's the thing. Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 people I know personally who would just walk into, like, a Target or Walmart and see this in the display case and be like, oh my god, I remember this thing. Wow, I just plug it into my TV and I can play all these old games? You know what I'm saying? Most of those people, these casual gamers, which represents like millions of people, I'd say at least half of them, maybe more than half, if you showed them an emulator, it would blow their mind. Or like, the thing with like the Raspberry Pi is that it's like, take like, well, a soccer mom, for example, who works, you really think a soccer mom is going to take the time to build a Raspberry Pi, or let alone look up how to build one? Granted, it's easy to do, but no, they're not going to do that. They're going to go for the simple little option, whether it's for herself or for her kids. They're not going to take all the time to do that. And it's like I said, it's nice that Sega's finally got away from AtGames, because I think the only reason that those systems still did well is because people, like I said, people who just see this little like, oh, a little mini Atari, a little mini Genesis or something. See, most of these people, these casuals, nothing against casual gamers, but I feel like most of them don't know the, what's the word I'm looking for, controversy maybe, or, the shitty practices by AtGames or something. Like, they don't know that, but still, like I said, I'm excited for the Sega Genesis Mini, and I don't know, I would have gotten the PlayStation one if they didn't drop the ball with that, but yeah, I'm definitely getting the Genesis one, so yeah, that's about it for this segment. These usually tend to be pretty short, so until next time, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.